Good evening. Today we're going to talk about the child tax credit payments. Those are going to be rolling out tomorrow, so I'm excited to talk to everybody about those. Let's get started. Okay, well, today we're going to talk about the child tax credit. Those roll out tomorrow on the 15th. They will start from now until December, but there are some proposals, and people are asking the government to continue to do this, and they're hoping for the next few years. But as of right now, that has not been confirmed. So we are only going to get tax credits from July the 15th through the December 15th. In August, I want to say that the 15th must fall on the weekend, so they'll get those checks a little bit ahead of time. So the 15th of every month is when the checks will come out. So if you do not have direct deposit, they don't have your account number on file, we will show you how to get that done. The payment amounts. Let's talk about the payment amounts. There are two separate payment amounts. There is a payment amount for if your kids are 6 to 17 years old, then generally you'll receive about $250 monthly. Now, if your kids are under the age of 5, then you will generally receive $300 per child. A lot of people are trying to discourage people from taking these tax credits. There is a way to opt out on these tax credits. Hey, thank you for tuning in and engaging. There is a way to opt out on these payments, but let's talk about, do you really want to do that? And is this going to impact you as bad as they're predicting? Okay, what they did was they increased the child tax credit for 2021 from up to $3,600 if they're 5 or under. But for children 6 to 17, the tax credit is $3,000 for the year 2021. Well, with that being said, remember that you're going to get an advancement on that credit. So we're just going to do the $300 one just so that we don't have to get into hard math. So for July, August, September, October, November, December is 6 months. So if you get the child tax credit for $300, which is for your child 5 years or younger, and you get it for 6 months, that means that you will have gotten $1,800, which is half of your tax credit. So that means that when you file your taxes in January, then you will have another $1,800. So a lot of people are telling people, oh, you're going to be owing the government. We're going to talk about how you could possibly owe the government, and is that going to affect the majority of people? Well, if you make over $75,000 as a single filer or married couple, or $150,000 combined, or 112,000 as a single filer as head of household, then they will reduce your tax credit to $2,000. So if you take in those tax credit and you depend on that to offset your income, then you will be left with a $200 credit out of the $2,000. But the majority of people are going to fall under that $75,000 tax bracket. So a lot of those people are going to get the entire $3,600, which, like I said, you're going to be advanced half of it. So you have to decide, do I need this money now or do I need it later? So it's all depend on you. If you're used to getting a $12,000, $10,000 refund, then that refund may be just cut in half. Another way that you could end up owing the government money back is if, say, they're going off of your 2019 or your 2020 taxes, whichever is the most recent tax return that you filed. Then if you have a child that they are giving you these checks for a child that is going to be 18 this year that is not going to be on your taxes in 2021, then yes, you may have to repay those credits back if that child turned 18 and you're not claiming them anymore on your 2021 taxes. Or if your child turns 6 years old and they go from the 300 and then now they crossed over to that threshold for only the 250, then there may be a little bit difference there. But for the majority of people, you're probably going to still have money left over on your tax credit because they're not going to advance you 100% of that tax credit. So make sure that you understand that. Or if you were filing married and now you're going through a divorce and your child is with your husband or your wife majority of the time, if that person is going to be claiming that child and you're not going to have that dependent to get the child tax credit, then yes, you probably will, not get as much back, or you could owe in the event that your status is going to change in between. If your status change in between you filing and what you previously filed, either on your 19s or your 20s. So I hope that I'm making sense with that. But for the majority of people, again, it's not going to severely affect you. And a lot of people could use the money now rather than later. Also, there is and that's what I've got in the comments, and it's scrolling across the bottom on Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to put it in the comments once I finish on Instagram. But the child tax credit update portal is up and it's running. You can manage it there online, or you can get that other portal, but it requires that you have your ID because they're trying to prevent people from doing fraud and getting other people's identity. And you can see and manage your payments there if you want to opt out, if you want to change your bank account, if you want to just know when you're going to get your check or if it's been processed, or to get various information, then you want to look in that update portal. And also, if you're going to, who are you going to get credit for? All of that is supposed to be in the portal, and the portal should be up and running. And that link is to the portal for you to manage your payments, as well as if you are a non-filer but you need to get credit for a child, then you can go, and there's another section on that link that will allow you to go in as a non-filer to get your child tax credit for the children that you are supposed to get credit for. A lot of people wanted to know, will they pay me if I owe back taxes? They're saying that they are not going to let this affect you. So if you owe back taxes, they're still going to cut you these checks. Now, could that increase your tax liability in 2021? That, of course, is a great possibility, but they're saying as of right now, they are not going to hold these stimulus checks from you. Don't get confused, because a lot of people are getting their unemployment refund checks. So don't confuse your unemployment refund check that might be going direct deposit. Those people that got unemployment tax refunds are people who filed their taxes before they gave the tax credit of the $10,200. So if you pay taxes on your unemployment money from last year, they didn't want you to file an amendment, and they were telling people not to do that. They processed them on their own for the people that overpaid taxes on their unemployment wages for 2020. They're processing those, and they are doing direct deposits. So don't get your child tax credit and think that it's the wrong amount, or that you're supposed to get a certain amount every month, because you're going to get two refund checks, the child tax credit, and if you are eligible for a refund for overpayment on unemployment taxes. So that is another thing that you want to look at and see which deposit is for which item. So, but you can opt out if you think you're going to owe taxes, or you just, really like having the bigger refund and don't want your refund in 2021 to be reduced. Then you can go on that portal and opt out not to receive these, so that they don't continue to send them to you. And like I said, they're going to come on the 15th of every month, except for the month of August, because I want to say that does fall on the weekend. So you'll get it that previous Friday. If you have any questions, I suggest you look at the link, read through the frequent questions on the link, and then the portal is there for your use as well. And don't forget to like and share our page. Go to our YouTube channel, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and help us get our subscriber and views